Cockroach na hana others in a fowl house. Have you ever not been invited to a party or event, but you really wanted to go? Have you ever in your spirit know that something wasn't for you, but you wanted it anyway? Have you ever been a bystander of a conversation and wanted to add your 2 cents? Do you still go to that party? Do you still take part in that activity, eat that food, or buy that product? Do you still insert yourself in that conversation? If so, then you are the cockroach. And if you're not careful, you will get pecked or eaten up by the fowl. This story is called Na Fraid, where one single little lie carried a good girl straight into one place she never should have been. Claudette is at the top of her class at the Antigua Academy for Girls High School. Outside of school, her time was spent studying her books, going to church service once on Sunday morning and Bible study on Wednesday nights, and helping her mother with chores and cooking, or so her mother thought. Every night in her room, Claudette would put on her headphones, turn up the volume to calypso and soca, and just dance. She was a natural, but she couldn't let it be known to her family, especially with her mother singing her praises to everyone about her getting good grades and how she always stay out of trouble. No boyfriend, no talking back, no short pants and skirts. Oh, she was such a good girl. One day, while walking home from school, her friends Takia and Nyla started talking about this big fete coming up this weekend. Earl will be there, said Takia, raising her eyebrows up and down teasingly. Claudette smiled big, hearing his name. I don't know, you know. You know how my mother is. Yes, we know you're afraid your mother. I'm afraid, said Claudette. Oh, okay. Well, since you're not afraid, you can come Saturday and show off your dance moves to Earl, Nyla added. Now, Claudette knows she shouldn't follow a friend, but she did want to see Earl, the boy she's had a crush on for the past year. She can only see and talk to him for a few minutes on her way home from school, so any chance to spend a longer time with him would be well worth it. Just then, guess who ran up beside her? The same Earl. Claudette, and what you say? You coming to the Fed Pan Saturday? Earl asked. Yeah, man, Claudette said, surprising herself. I'll be there. All right, Earl said with a handsome smile on his face. They talked for a few more minutes before he ran off to catch up with his friends. The girls all screamed in excitement as they continued the walk home. The next day at school, they came up with a plan to tell Sister Green, Claudette's mother. Exams are coming up, so she'll tell her mother that she's going to stay at Nyla's house Saturday night to study. And so she did, but her mother only said yes if she promised to come home in time for church on Sunday, and she must make sure the house spick and span before she leave. Saturday morning, Claudette set off to Nyla's house, her book bag thrown over her shoulder. Nyla and Takia were waiting for her, and they got to work immediately with Claudette's transformation. Then put one wig pan she had, painted up she face. Then Takia gave her one cut off jean shorts, showing off she leg on them, and one t-shirt tie up to she waist. Then me want put her high heels pan she foot, but Claudette said it would be better for dancing if them wearing sneakers. By the time they were done, you wouldn't recognize Claudette. The girls headed out walking to the fete, talking loudly and laughing, no regard for the people around them. If they were paying attention, they would have noticed the siren skinning up her face as she watched them, judged them, prayed for them as she was coming out Smith's shop. then would have been mindful not to call Claudette name in conversation for her to hear. Cesarin stood in shock with her mouth open. A green picnic that? She said to herself. How she let Claudette out the house looking like that? No man, me have to talk to Sister Green, this na right. So Cesarin went straight away to pay Sister Green a visit. But before she made it there, she see Tanya on the way, and of course she had to tell her all about how she see Claudette and what she was wearing. No man, said Tanya, a lie you a tell. They talked and talked. An hour later, Cesarin continued on her way to Sister Greenhouse. But then she sees Simon and Michael upon them porch, and she have to tell them about Claudette. Oh no, Simon exclaimed. Not holier than thou, Claudette. They talked and talked. An hour later, Cesarin said her goodbyes and continued on her way to see Sister Green. As she was walking and singing a gospel, Denise stopped as she was driving by. Hey, Cesarin, I hear you see Claudette I go fetch. How you hear about that already? She said, seemingly upset. People really can't chat too much. Don't go telling Sister Green yet. I'm on my way there. All right, I can give you a ride there, but Trevor and them want to pick up some chicken at KFC. Denny's quick stop turned into what seemed like a lifetime. Cesarin should have known that a trip to KFC would not have been a quick one, especially not on a Saturday. Cesarin finally made it to Sister Green's house over an hour later. When she got there, Sister Green was coming out the front door, hair in rollers, apron panchy front, and in her bed slippers. Her brother Errol standing by waiting for her. Good afternoon, Sister Green, she said. Where are you two going? Sister Green looked at her, sucked her teeth, and gave her one cutty eye. She said, Mary just call me and tell me that Lynette called her because Brother Trevor told Sister Annie that you told Tanya, who told Stephanie, who told Annie's brother Andrew that Claudette gonna fet. I can't believe you lie pa my picnic. Claudette wouldn't do anything of the sort. Not my Claudette. I'm going to get her right now from by Nyla. I know she is there. Cesarin just stood there. She couldn't get a word in as Sister Green and Errol get in then truck and drive off. Well, sir, she said to herself, she will see for herself. It was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon by the time Sister Green got to Nyla's house. Claudette, she yelled from outside. No answer. No Claudette came outside. Just then, Nyla's mother arrived home. Good afternoon, Sister Green. Something happened? Good afternoon, Andrea, she responded. I'm here for Claudette. She proceeded to tell Andrea what she heard about Claudette going to the fete. Andrea refused to believe that. Maybe they just went to the store. I got off work early today. I normally get off at 6. But Nyla did tell me that Claudette would be staying the night. Just wait a few minutes and you'll see them coming. So they waited. 5 minutes, then 10, then 15. Sister Green felt in her spirit that Claudette might in fact be at the fete. Errol, she said, you think Claudette Lion went to the fete? Errol didn't answer at first. Then he said, me will go up to the Fowl house and see if she's there. I'll go with you, Sister Green said. Andrea, call me if they come home before I get back. When they arrived, Sister Green jumped out the truck before he come to a complete stop and run into the Fowl house. It was so loud and full of people. Worried, she searched and searched for Claudette. She was almost relieved when she couldn't find her among the pig and egg and them who obviously had a good upbringing. Burning Flames Calypso sang Na Fraid blaring in the speakers. She was about to leave, but then she see Claudette in the middle of the dance floor going on a kind of how, in one tight shorts showing she midriff and with one chubby little boy a dance behind she. She put she two hands in the air and started praying and calling on Jesus to give her strength. And I suppose he did, because she marched right over, grabbed the wig off of Claudette's head, and started yelling at her, shouting, Cockroach na hana others in a foul house. Claudette was so surprised. No, she was so afraid. She knew what was coming. Seeing her mother's hand raised with the wig, she knew it would soon land on her. Better forget lick warm down in ya. So she took off running toward the exit. Then, like Cinderella, she tripped and one shoe went flying off she foot. But she didn't care. She didn't stop. She just kept limp running, too afraid and now too embarrassed. She felt like everyone was laughing at her. The next Monday, Claudette walked to the school gates, head down, eyes down. Nobody had to ask where she spent Saturday night. Every time somebody saw her, they'd smile and sing, "Min afraid, min afraid." Poor Claudette had to just endure it. She definitely learned her lesson. If you have a lie, disguise yourself, and pray nobody see you, you probably don't belong there in the first place. Because cockroach na hana others in a foul house. Some places just aren't meant for you. Just like some conversations not meant for you for join in. Trying to fit where you don't belong usually ends with somebody finding out. And the embarrassment lasts much longer than the excitement. Just ask Claudette. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Every share helps keep Antigua and Barbudan stories and traditions alive for future generations. What's your favorite Antigua and Barbudan proverb that you grew up hearing? Leave it in the comments. It just might become a future episode.